SMX Network production.
Welcome to the Troy Lee Designs and Racetech Suspension and Engines Blair Matthes Project.
Yeah, welcome everybody to another edition of the Troy Lee Designs Racetech Blair Matthes Project. Thank you for watching and or listening. Super appreciate it. I know most of you in the YouTube side are there for me, so I really appreciate you guys stepping in for us. That's awesome. I love your support. Thank you for watching and listening to the show. Lots to get into today for sure. Thank you to Troy Lee Designs, of course. 1981, Troy Lee Designs started pinstriping and painting helmets. Then he came out with a visor a couple of years later, made in his mom's oven. Then he made the Aero 2 visor, sold approximately 8 million of those, kept on the paint, and then he added mountain bike gear. Then he added motocross gear, and TLD Ducati is where it's at now. Great company, and the protection for the mountain bike gear and the motocross stuff is really, really good. And, of course, the gear always looks good because it's Troy Lee Designs. If you want to save with TLD, use the contact form on Pulp MX to email us, and we'll send you a code, and you can save directly from those guys. Super appreciate Troy Lee Designs coming on the show. Racetech as well. Our guy Checkers and Rob at Racetech doing great things. Privateer proven over the years. Their goal valves for the 60s and 85s are all redone now. It's on their website, racetech.com. You want some springs for your weight and or speed? Racetech.com. Get your full suspension revalved as well. Bushings, seals, all that stuff. And tell them you listen to Pulp or Blair Matthes Project, and they'll give you a deal at Racetech. Racetech.com. Motorwork also, by the way. Also, thank you to Zool, Seat Concepts, Firepower Maxxis, Namira, ASV Levers, and Stomp Grip all on board with us. And thank you to the Kellen, a.k.a. The Fraud, for producing this show. I'm Steve Matthes. With me from his sauna, once again, Regional Arena Cross Champion Daniel Blair. What's up, DB?
What's up, Steve? So should we start with fantasy or USA hockey? Where do you want to start?
Wow.
It's like that.
Both are bullshit.
It's like that.
Yeah, both are bullshit. So, honestly, the hockey doesn't even get me upset. Like, it's a 3-on-3 overtime that Canada should have won earlier. They outshot America almost 2-1. And Canada got lucky years ago when America probably had a better team. So, like, whatever. Flip a coin. Who cares? They're both great players, great teams. It doesn't mean anything. The Canadians are freaking out, of course. But, yeah. I'm a 5, Daniel.
Okay. But what about fantasy? Yep. Where are you at on that? As I pull away,
fantasy,
as I MC93 you, dude. Gone. Taken off.
Honestly, the happiest guy is the Fraud. He's been working on this for years, trying to set me up, giving me the riders to pick. His master plan has started working, and so the Fraud is really probably most happy with all of this.
He gave you Thrasher. Yeah,
it's absolutely insane. It's crazy that I've done as well as I have with week to week. Kellen Brouwer absolutely trying to just destroy me.
Hey,
it's incredible. I fought this
when
long.
You found out Thrasher was your pick. You should have asked Weege for his first round stats.
Oh yeah. Weege not
that's so not fair. Sure. I felt so bad for him too, because when those stats come flying across the desk, dude, you let it rip. Yeah. And when I heard that one, I was like, wow, that's a really weird stat. I'd never heard that before, but it kind of made sense. And then to come to find out it wasn't right. Poor guy.
Having said that, just 1/8 or 9th or whatever it is in Thrasher's career is horrifically bad.
That's why it felt, when he said it, I was like, "Oh, wow!" And then when it wasn't right, it was only wrong by a little bit. It was only top 10, but dude, it was still. He's had a really bad start to every season he's ever been in. So
yeah, absolutely, and he's behind the 8 ball again. And honestly, he got up right behind Davies, and no, Davies got the 5th. Nate's got to be a little better in my eyes in that class, on that bike and everything, and with the wins he's got. But we'll get into that for sure later on. I also want to ask Daniel, you for your Daytona memories, racing Daytona, because I think you have a good story for that.
Yeah.
Okay. AMA calls. Look, it's been dissected to death. I'm sure, Daniel, you did it on your dumb shows. We did it on my dumb shows. I talked to some really high up people that you pissed off a year or so ago, Daniel. But I talked to some really high-level people that are not stoked with AMA. Like, you would think kind of the powers that be might rally around Mike Pelletier and the AMA and just be like, hey, put on a, that's their ruling. That's what they want to do. And, good on them and all of that. That does happen in the corporate culture, all of that.
Yep.
It's not happening.
Wow.
No, I've talked to some people that are not stoked with the way AMA screwed up twice, and then B, doubled down on it by essentially saying nothing to see here. So yeah, Daniel, do you have any fresh takes on this stuff?
Yeah, I'll give you one, and I will align with my good friends that I pissed off a year ago. Pretty dissatisfactory, and I hate saying it because I actually like all the AMA guys. Like, I like them a lot. But my fresh take, unless you've covered this or someone else has, I don't want to act like it's my take, but it's my feeling, is that this shouldn't have taken 24 hours to come out with. Like, if that's the rule, if the rule is in there and it's black and white in the rule book and it's a newer rule with the light change color and all that stuff, then it should be front of mind, which tells me that you should know right away what the answer is. And by the end of the 450 main, we should have had the answer on the 250 class. I mean, it's crazy to go to bed and not know. It's crazy to watch the SMX Insider post-race show and not know. And it's crazy for me to do both of my shows before I found out, because I do my stuff on Sunday. I go to club. I Monday morning, I'm working. So on Sunday, when I go to do my stuff, I had no answer. And it's crazy it took till then to find out what the answer was, and then to wait another 24 hours to get the explanation on the answer. So to me, that's the biggest screw up in all this, is like, look, when you go to bed after watching a football game after a bad call, everyone can get all mad and flip out, whatever, but you have the answer for the most part. You never go back the next day and wonder. It's like that call needed to be made. Whatever it is, make the call by the end of the broadcast and let all your fans know what the outcome is, so we don't flip out for 24 hours online. And so that, to me, that the rule, I don't want to get into it anymore. I don't think anyone else wants to hear about the red light, this and that. The red light probably is a word no one wants to hear again. But you got to make a call quick. That would be my take, is I was frustrated with the lack of clarity 24 hours later. I mean, got to make the call during the broadcast.
Are you with most of us, DB, and just saying, look, we know the lead-in lights weren't working, but you jumped on a red cross?
See, the 251, I feel like you could spin out of that one a little bit better. There's some technicalities with that, and Joe should have known and should have read the rule. Whatever. The 451, which I didn't even know about until the next day, that's the one that actually was like, wait a minute, red cross flag was out. Like, that is as black and white as it gets. Like, it was out. They jumped. They should be penalized for that, because Chet Lawrence jumped on one of those, and didn't he lose a win or point? He lost something by jumping on one of those at the finish of a race, let alone when there were still laps to go. So I get why Honda's mad. That one actually, to me, is less explanatory than the 251. The 251, I think it's a faulty policy. I think this red light thing, when I see red, I think stop. And they should change that color to any other color than red. But the cross flag 451, man, I have no explanation other than, wow.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I can somewhat see the 251. I don't agree with it.
Me neither.
I can somewhat see the 251 being explained by, like, hey, Lars, Joe's mechanic, Brandon Wilson, somebody should have said, what are these lights before the jumps and what do they mean? Now, AMA did inform the riders at the SMX Media Days about those lights, but guess who wasn't there? Joe Schmoda. And also, who knows who's paying attention in the middle of December when you got a lot of other stuff going on. So, but I don't agree with it, again. But you could somewhat say, like, well, you guys, Joe kind of reacted too much. But again, in Joe's eyes, red means stop. Red means don't pass go. Don't collect $200. You know.
Yeah. Red to me is simple. Yeah. Red is stop. When the car in front of you, when the red lights come on, dude, it's not a suggestion. So, but the 451, man, wow. And honestly, if you're Hunter right now, like, what happens at the end of this championship if you end up somehow losing this thing by a couple? Like, wow. And that's a tight championship. That one's going to be one that we watch all the way to the end. It might play a role. 251, it might work itself out in that class, I think. Yeah, no, you're right. But if you're Hunter, Darren Lawrence, Lars, Brandon Wilson, you got docked at High Point, you got docked at St. Louis with Jet, you got docked with Sexton years ago, you got I think I'm missing one more, a Hymas call that was kind of a little bit shaky. It's hard not to see Honda's point of, like, hey, we feel a little targeted here, guys. We feel like we're not getting any breaks, and Star Yamaha has, and other teams, and so you can understand Honda's position for sure in this. And I just cannot believe the AMA doubled down with that gobbledygook statement of words that meant nothing. So we'll see. I've been very
full of praise for AMA. Ezra Lusk doing a good job.
Me too.
Mike Pelletier.
I like those. I like those dudes, man. Yep. That's a good pack. Yep. Best pack of AMA dudes I've ever been.
Yep.
I've ever seen in my racing career or even post racing career. Those are good dudes, but I think this one was botched.
I agree. All right, moving on. Then Daniel Blair, Steve Matthes, Blair Matthes project. Thanks to Troy Lee Designs, Race Tech, Firepower Parts as well. The Club MX guys using Firepower lithium batteries in their motorcycles. A bunch of privateers are using their Firepower chains. Loading ramps and stands are fantastic. They've got a whole line of hard parts coming. Some of it on their website as well. Firepowerparts.com. Go to your local dealer and tell them all about it. Also, thank you to folks at Maxxis Tires. Great mountain bike tires, light truck tires, trailer tires. Jeremy McGrath helped develop this latest line of moto tires. So when you see Vince Fries or Mitchell Harrison or a lot of other privateer guys on a PRMX and International Supercross race team doing well, it's with Maxxis Tires. Maxxis.com for more information on that. Who are you happy for, DB, Pierce Brown or Hunter Lawrence? Can you be equally happy for both of them, or does one win stand out? Because they really are both feel-good wins.
Well, I'm not happy for Hunter because he's not.
Okay.
Fair, right? I mean, he's like, move on to the next one. And I'm like, all right, let's go get a title then. Maybe that'll mean something. He's such a machine, man. He is becoming so much more Dungey-like to me. Like, everything he does, I'm like, you are becoming Ryan Dungey. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But I'm happier for Pierce because of the redemption story and how a year later, I mean, what he went through over the last year, that feels good to me because I feel like last year he was on his way to maybe having his breakout run, and he did all the work. He came out swinging, and then it got taken from him, and obviously it was his own error in the whoops. He crashed, and that's his MO at that point, and still is. I think he still needs to prove that he's past all that. But man, what a year he probably went through just emotionally and physically for sure. Mm-hmm. So to get that thing, to me, that's a big screen movie story right there. Where Hunter's, to me, look, if he wants to just move on to the next one and lock into Daytona, then I'll go with him. Let's just go get that title, buddy. Like I can't celebrate. I'll roll with him and not his crew, because I think the crew was happier than he was. I think you may have even said that. Maybe the review show, maybe. But no, let's just go get a title and then we'll celebrate. And Hunter's like that, though. I'll tell you right now a cool story about him. When he won his 250 Supercross championship, I believe it was in Nashville. It's when he won it that year. He had an after party, and I went to his after party and sat with him for probably
I went there too.
You were there, remember? For an hour and a half, he sat with me at a table, and we just talked about music. Everyone else was wasted, getting trashed all around him, celebrating like it was the greatest thing that ever happened. And he just sat there and, oh man, I love the band Tool, and Breaking Benjamin's cool, and I love this, and guitar. He didn't even care that he won the title that night. I remember my wife was with me, and she was like, this guy is so strange. He doesn't even care that he won the title. He just, whatever, sweet. Everyone else party. I'm just going to sit here and just have a casual conversation about music. And so I ran into you on the street there. You were with a couple people, maybe Jacob. All the girls were dressed and up really nicely, Nashville Main Street or whatever. Yeah. And then you took him to an after party for a dirt biker. So good job, guys. Mm-hmm. There's some other funny stories from that night that we should probably not tell, just based on that family.
Dan Truman was holding 4 drinks, and I'm like, yeah, Dan, like, looks like you got. He's like, these aren't for me. And then 10 minutes later, he's still holding the 4 drinks, drinking from all of them out of the straw. And I'm like, it seems like it, Dan. Seems like those are your drinks.
I remember that the family's former agent has a unique story from that night too. Just leave it at that. But just not fair of me to tell it. But man, weird night.
Pierce Brown, I don't know him that well. He's always been really nice to talk to. I've had him on the show a few times. We had him on Monday night. Daniel, he told a story on Monday night that he almost didn't race this year. He had one doctor saying, you should wait another year. And he was actually negotiating with Bobby on a basically no salary ride in 2027. And he found a doctor to clear him. And because he fell at Ironman and one of his arms went numb, and he was like, oh boy, like I'm screwed again. No Turns out it wasn't related to the back. Yeah. And so he found a guy to clear him. And obviously the proof is in the pudding. He's fine. He rode great. But dude, the story he told on Monday night was really, really surprising. And so that's an awesome win. And even if he doesn't win this title or doesn't win another race, it's been a successful comeback for Pierce. And also too, man, I think the fraud listened to the show, but when Pierce was talking, I said, hey dude, no slam on the gas, but how good is that bike? And dude, you could literally hear it in it. It's good, man. It's really good. it's something else. So we'll bring the fraud in to just verify this. First of all, fraud, congratulations. You've screwed me in fantasy. Congratulations to you and Daniel and everything else. But secondly, Kellen, you heard that part of the show. You could tell the bike is really good.
Yeah, I mean, he actually kind of said that last year at the opening round, like that he got on it and almost couldn't believe how much power it has, which we hear from all these guys all the time. But yeah, he's blown away by that machine and what it's capable of doing.
Yeah, absolutely. DB, as far as you were really high on Cole Davies last week, and I think nothing you said was out of line. The kid jumped the quad right away. Pierce was still faster, by the way. That thing was 4/10 quicker, and Pierce was still better. But he jumped the quad right away. His whoops were phenomenal. He caused that first turn, for the most part, his fault. Got up to get fifth. He was maybe more impressive, Daniel, than even you were going on and on about, like, this kid. He's, really, really
his good. It has become a bad habit of mine. There's a few things that I keep saying all the time. I talk about the ceiling and I talk about racecraft. Those are two words that I just use and I abuse, but I have to explain it. A ceiling is a rider's full potential if they are able to put it all together. And every rider has a little bit of a different ceiling. And if you take every rider and they ride to their absolute very, very best, there is a level that each of them can get to. And I say he has the highest ceiling that I've maybe ever seen ever, because I do think that a perfect start, a perfect executed race, first good lap and whatever, and he's clear with no issue. I don't believe anyone can beat him on a 250, and that includes Hayden Deegan. So bedbugs, type away. I don't care. I will say peak to peak, I think his peak is better. Does he reach his peak all the time? No, he's still young. He's 18 years old. He still caused a first turn pop. I do believe that he played a pretty heavy role in that. If he doesn't go that hard, I think a lot less happens. Let's put it that way. But his whoop speed, his talent, his feel for the ground, that every piece of the puzzle that would create where the ceiling is in Supercross on a 250, the highest I've ever seen. I think it's higher than Jets. I really do. Will he get there? We'll see. He's got to put it all together, but the ceiling is higher. Straight up. He
was impressive, man.
The whoops, that was James Stewart, man. It's barely made sense what he was doing in those. And that was at the end of the main event, and he had no problem doing that. And that came out in Salt Lake City in Futures, that last ride that I had with him on the gas. There was a beat up whoop section, and he was crushing those to where I was in the tower right above it. And I was like, how is he even doing this? I don't even know how his brain comprehended it. And that was a couple of years ago. He's older now. He's bigger. He's stronger. And we all just saw what the limit looks like. And if he's at the limit, I don't think anyone touches him. I just don't.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. What'd you make of Dudney?
Okay, there's your next freaking high ceiling, man. That kid, to be honest, and I'm sorry, Cole, if you hear this, that kid's outdoor ceiling is higher than Cole's. That kid is going to win an outdoor title probably first. He is the fastest motocross rider I've ever seen of an amateur kid in my entire life. Supercross was a project. The project's going well. He is really good. And when he works himself through some kid issues and some little things here and there that he just doesn't know yet, he is going to win both indoor and outdoor titles. It's so clear. I mean, he's super young and he's so freaking good. And this isn't a shocker. He's been this good since the day I saw him get on a 250 at Ponca City in like 2023. Kid is a freak, and he's going to win both titles. So just y'all need to recognize. So
wow, strong words.
Yeah, they're the two best prospects in 250 racing. Period. And I don't even know if I could hear a debate. I'll plug my ears and look away. Can't hear it.
Okay, Keller, did you agree with any of these strong statements?
I mean, the jury is out a little bit on that. I mean, 100% the upside and the ceiling and all that stuff is there, but you need to see it translate to race wins as a pro and the pressure situation of being in championship battles before I'm fully bought in. So yes, definitely I agree with DB in terms of just the raw
Just stop right there. Just stop right there. We're good. You agree.
But that's it. Like we need to see whole shot, run up front, feel that mix, because we've seen so many kids like this that start up there, cartwheel, get hurt, take a year to come back, start there, cartwheel, get hurt. So as long as he avoids that, I think that DB could be
But
good.
okay, Kellen, his statement was Davies and Dudney are 1 and 2 for potential in the 250 class, highest ceiling of those two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I agree.
All right. I had one veteran racer say, you can tell Davies hasn't had a big one yet in the whoops. I'm like, yeah, maybe. We'll see.
He had no respect for them whatsoever. Zero.
No, absolutely not. All right, moving on to Daytona this week, by the way. Thank you to the folks at Stomp Grip. I've got some 2026 Yamaha 450 stuff from Stomp Grip this week. I got to put it on the motorcycle. Pulpamex 25 for 10% off of them. They got custom dirt bike kits specifically designed to fit your bike, and they offer universal dirt bike kits that you can cut to fit however your side panels work. These things are 3D grip tape, and they're designed and made in the US of A, and they'll give you control you need to stay locked in, and they're engineered for the high friction zones, like Daniel's sheets. Stomp Grip's 3D grip tape helps reduce arm pump, improve body positioning, and protect your plastics and frame from wear and tear. Thank you to Stomp Grip for coming on. TLD, Troy Lee Designs, Race Deck as well. All right, Daytona week. Daniel, what's your best Daytona story, either on or off the track? Razzles?
I've actually never stepped foot into Razzles.
Oh,
I just know about it, and I laugh about it. I joke about it, but I've actually never even been in that place. I believe I've shared this story before, and if I did, I'm sorry. But in 2012, my last year racing Supercross, it was a mutter, and I really wanted to make that night show money. It mattered a lot to me, and I'm not good in mud, but I pulled off 40th in times in the 450 class, and I snuck in there. But I knew, because I had paid the price before, you have to race the race to get the money. If you just get in and then don't race, you don't get the money. I actually got burned at a mutter before from that. Yeah. So I knew. So what I did that night was I actually started on the very outside, last gate pick. And in the heat race, I literally went straight down the start, right onto the speedway, and then rode the speedway right back to get in line for the LCQ because I didn't want to trash my bike. Then in the LCQ, I lined up and did the exact same thing. Far outside, straight down the start, onto the speedway, back to my pit, parked the bike, went to the snack bar, got, I believe, French fries, just a side of fries, and came back and watched the last 2 laps of the LCQ eating French fries. While my bike was perfect, all I had to do was buy a new chain. So,
not even a. Hey, what if we get a good start?
No.
Yeah.
It was
nothing.
purely $100 loss from the chain and a couple grand gain for making the night show. I was not going to spend one single % chance of ruining that motorcycle for nothing. So no.
The stress of getting in the night show was high.
I made it. I was 40th by like a 10th. And then 2 weeks later, I made the main in Houston and then never raced Supercross ever again. Retired. So
nice. We went, I don't know what year it is. I started going to Daytona in 96, but went to Razzles. Bunch of us just stumble out of there drunk at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I don't know. Then we get pulled over by a guy that says, hey, you guys want to see a show with some hot women? And we're like, yeah, we do. All right. It's like 50. I think it was $50 each. Could have been higher. I don't know. But at the time, it seemed like a lot of money, which maybe it is now. Whatever. So there's like 6 or 7 of us, privateers, mechanics, all of that. It's 2, 3 a.m. The guy's like, give me $50 each. I'll let you in. You will see the show. Now, you know what kind of show we're thinking, Daniel? We're thinking, a great show.
Obviously something worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pulls us into this office building. Not like a store. It's like an office building. We get in. He's like, okay, sit down. And we sit down on this like couches or these little benches around. And these girls come out in lingerie, good looking girls, but they come out in lingerie, they twirl around and they go back behind the curtain. And we're like, okay. And that's like maybe 10 minutes of 3 or 4 different girls in lingerie, just in high heels. And then the guy's like, that's it, man. Show's over. We're like, wait, what? One guy's like, hey, man, that was, that's not what we were thinking. And we need the money back. The guy's like, we are not giving your money back in a voice that, made it sound like we don't want to even contest this anymore. And so, stumbled back onto Main Street or wherever the hell we were and really felt like a bunch of idiots because we didn't really get a show at all. We got nothing.
That's a great story.
Really sad. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
My one buddy, Fournette, he just passed away, R.I.P. he thought it would be funny to let's just whip out his Johnson in the bar.
Oh,
not Razzles in another bar, and ask girls what time it is, and he had it wrapped around his wrist. And then the bouncers came and they threw him out. They grabbed me, and I'm like, I don't know this guy. I'm not with him, but I mean, I'm laughing. They didn't throw me out with as much force. They just pushed me out. They threw him out, and then he ended up in the curb with mustard all over his shirt because he bought one of those street dogs, and good times. Good times in Daytona.
Everyone have fun this weekend. You guys all have a good time.
Yeah. What about the 09 race? It came up on my Instagram. People look, man, I think J-Law's an idiot, okay? But he's a great rider, but I think he's an idiot. I can't believe he didn't get penalized in 09. That big first turn crash, he hangs a left and cuts out the whole corner and passes, I don't know, probably 15 guys to take off.
And then runs did he lead?
He got second. He was leading. I think he was leading.
For a
and then he got
long
second.
time. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But I saw that pop up on Instagram. I'm like, I still can't believe the AMA was just like, yep, no problem.
Well,
wow. Okay.
If I recall correctly, they took 24 hours to officially rule on it, and then another 24 hours before they came in. I'm just joking. I'm being a jerk.
Yeah,
I'm being
exactly.
a jerk.
Sorry. Okay. So this is Tomac time. This is.
Yeah.
Can I have a race tech rant? Can I have a race tech
rant?
Let
it rip.
I don't want to hog all this airtime on the show. No, you guys have barely said anything.
You're good.
But this beast mode shit that everyone says. Look, man, he's awesome, Eli Tomac, and he's been the fastest rider at most of the races this year, and I think he's going to win the championship. Okay. Having said that, beast mode from Kawi days and some Yamaha days are multiple seconds a lap faster than other people. Did that a lot. He doesn't really do beast mode anymore. Now when he's just behind someone and passes him, Ricky and Weege and they're all slobbering over each other to talk about beast mode. Yeah, man, he just passed the guy. We gotta calm down with the beast mode. It hasn't happened much.
Kellen.
What?
As soon as Eli hears this, he's hopping straight off his tractor, and he's gonna have something to say to Steve.
Dude, I don't care. We're not. Beast mode is special and awesome and cool, and doesn't really do that anymore. Kellen, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Be careful, Kellen.
You're not wrong in that he doesn't chunk away a massive amount of times anymore.
Yes.
But I do think that there is still, maybe beast mode is the wrong word for it. There's a zone that Tomac goes into where he just starts clicking off crazy laps.
And I
still think that
he went from 11th to 4th, and I don't even know how the hell he did that. Amazing.
Beast mode.
And, it's you guys know what I mean though? Am I off my rocker?
No.
You're not he's wrong. Just behind someone and they're like beast mode, and he just goes inside of somebody.
Beast mode was El Chupacabra for Baggett. It's when he found something late and just decided to just hammer everybody late in the moto and blow everyone's wig off. That was beast mode. But
Deegs has beast mode also. Deegs mode, whatever you want to call it.
Danger zone.
He also does that.
Danger zone.
Danger zone.
No, that's Dylan.
Whatever.
That's Dylan's.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
sorry.
I'm completely over the announcers going here comes beast mode, and he just goes around Justin Cooper on the inside.
True. So that's his it's his nickname, and now anytime he does anything rad, it's the fallback.
Dude, can we save beast mode for the special moments that he shows us? Can we save it?
You talk to Weege and everyone else over there, and let them know what you're feeling.
Ricky's really the worst. He's getting that beast mode as he gets by Greco. He goes around Greco, and we're saying beast mode. Dude,
hey,
it's not.
Hey,
man.
To Greco, it probably feels like beast mode when he goes around.
Yeah. For Greco, he's I've never seen anybody go faster in my life. The great point, Daniel. Great point.
No, I'm with you on the fact of the nickname is being abused for every cool thing he does now, but it's also his tag. It's his thing, if Blake Baggett passes someone at REM track next weekend, dude, El Chupacabra. I mean, I don't know.
with the license plate and a headlight on, or whatever he's been riding.
I'm with you. The abuse of the nickname for everything he does cool probably doesn't fit, but it's just his tag, dude.
Thanks for coming to my Race Tech rant, everybody. Okay. Race Tech rant also, not really. Can anybody beat him this weekend? I mean, dude, I mean, if he falls in the first turn, he still might win with how he's riding, what's going on with his success at Daytona. I love Kenny and Hunter and Webb. These guys are beasts mode. But, dude, Eli is the heavy favorite. Am I wrong?
No. If you are the odds maker, you are absolutely right. But here's where I'll come back. It seems like everything has elevated this year, or maybe not elevated, but definitely equaled out, because Kenny is riding awesome, man. Cooper is riding awesome. Hunter is they're all, other than Chase, they're all riding really awesome right now. And when the level is that high, you have to be that much more on to get it done. So Eli is the favorite, but if things don't execute absolutely perfectly, he could lose to one of these other guys because they're all riding really good.
You said execute perfectly. No.
So
he can execute. He can make a mistake and win this thing.
He's a heavy odd. I'm such a couch fan that I want to believe that everything's always going to be up in the air. You never know. So I'm trying to have the other side of this just to kind of keep the hype up. But no, he is the heavy favorite. The heavy favorite.
Yeah, dude, I'd love to see a battle too, but he's better, man. He's really good this year. Kellen, where are you at on this? Heavy favorite?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, I am a little bit with DB that it will be closer this year maybe than in past years, but he could start. I'll give 10th? It 12th. I'll say 12th and still win.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, he almost won this weekend. He went from 11th to Rido and Hunter Lawrence. Right?
Hey, so I will say, though, if Hunter Lawrence somehow, some way is able to win this one without Eli having a catastrophic thing that's not his fault, but if he somehow beats him legitimately without an issue, that is a dagger into Eli and Kenny and Coop and everyone, because to me, this last weekend in Arlington, he beat them all in all their own game. He outdogged Webb in ways that Webb usually outdogs everybody. He outsped Kenny, and he outclosed Eli. He outbeat them all in their game in Cooper's house, of all places, 3 straight wins. And to me, the way he did it was so much authority that if he comes back around at this one and does it again here, dagger.
Yeah. I'm with you. Huge if he does it.
Yeah.
He's 4 up right now. And but yeah, man, it's gonna take a lot to beat Eli Tomac this weekend in Daytona. That's for sure. You're right, Daniel. It's a great point. Look, Cooper Webb's my guy. Blue Crew, fly, right? Champion, just like me, 4-time. But the last 2 weeks, he's been kind of beaten at his own game. Absolutely. When you look at Seattle and
bro, even closer. If I was to tell you, hey, Steve, some rider out there was 9th in qualifying times, way off the pace, late in the race in the main event, outdueled Ken Roxon and checked out and closed it at the very end, you would say Cooper Webb did that. But Hunter Lawrence did that. That was Cooper's game, and Hunter used it, and Cooper was there to watch the whole thing happen, front row seat. So I'm going to give Chase Sexton credit. I remember a few weeks ago when you brought up that Sexton said, I'm a little more afraid of Hunter late than Cooper, and I said that was the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. Chase had a good foresight on that one, because Hunter is turning into the little bit faster version of Webb. Straight up. So sorry, Chase. My bad. I think I called him psychotic, and I think he may have been right about that.
Do we even want to get into Kawi Corner?
I don't. Do you want to? I mean, do we just kick the dead horse over and over?
Since 2001, Namura has been supporting riders with engine components for motocross, ATV, and UTV, and personal watercraft. Learn more at Namura.com, exclusively distributed through authorized partners. They got gaskets and valves and cylinders and complete cylinder kits, pistons, all of that engineered to the precision degree that they want. Namura.com for more information on that. And yeah, I don't know, man. Chiz is testing again this week with him. He's been riding the bike, helping the Kawi guys out. They're at Jack Chambers' place, of course. Was Chase better in Dallas than Seattle and Glendale? Yes. Marginally.
Here's let me bring some positivity to the Chase Kawi story. I'm gonna try.
I am RV rubbing my hands together right now, trying to figure out how you're going to do this.
One of the coolest things about this sport is that nothing is forever. Things change all the time, and sometimes they change fast, sometimes they change slow. And the fact of the matter is, no matter how hard we want to be on Chase, Chase is still a bad dude. And if things do get figured out and he returns to confidence and gets that last little tick that is missing right now, he could still, with his ceiling, go back to the word ceiling, he's very high, he could get this figured out at some point and then go on a 2-race win. He could win 2 in a row somehow. He maybe just gets 1 more this year, but to act like it is over forever is crazy, because in this sport, things flip so fast. And I'm not gonna doubt that they will somehow figure this out, because they have 3 years to do it. Going nowhere. So as long as they stay committed to the process and keep working and keep their head down and keep their emotions in check, there's a high chance that Chase comes back around at some point and is very good again. And we're going, wow, remember back at the beginning of 2026, how bad that was? But remember those 3 or 4, maybe 5 weeks where things went really quiet and he was just sitting back there in 5, 6, 7. And we were like, oh my God, those might have been the formative weeks that rebuilt a foundation. Maybe through this atrocity of a month, they do find some common ground and they build the right way. And if that does happen and he comes back, just don't be shocked, because that happens in this sport. So that's about as far as I'll go in the positive is, hey, things could turn around at some point, and I think it'd be crazy to doubt someone of his level that he's going to find a way to get back there at some point. Just better hurry up, because right. Jet and Hayden are coming, and then you're going to have a whole new world of hurt that aren't even out there yet for you, dude. So hurry up.
And in the same theme as that, like, I hope my money tree comes up pretty soon and sprouts some money that I planted.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Daniel, you're absolutely right. Like, too many media, fans, people in the pits make these broad assumptions.
Like they're forever.
Like
they're forever.
Yeah. No, for sure. Absolutely. You're right about that. So no, look, and like there's a better bike a new bike coming next year, and they can, do pretty well, and there's changes, and they're trying all that stuff. Like, lost in all the Weimer stuff that started. Weimer said twice in the interview, like, it looks like with Prado and Sexton, they're doing anything they can, and they are. And so they're really working hard, and I believe in the factory team. I believe in Chase Sexton, and
the crazy part is for them to reach the promised land. And if you're out there listening, Kawi or Chase, just take my advice or not. But Chase, be a little less of who you've been in the past, and Kawi, be a little less of who you've been in the past. Like, why don't you guys loosen up a little bit and try to be a better version of what you've been? And Chase, why don't you be a better version of who you've been? Because if Kawi goes stubborn and Chase goes psycho with his needs, there's no shot. But if he actually can find a way to back it off a little bit with the way he's been, and if they could leap forward from the way they've been, that common ground might actually lead to somewhere better for both. Because I don't think their old ways are going to work together. They're going to have to find new ways together. And that's just, to me, that is so easy to see. So just grow together, guys. And both of you on both sides, be a little different. See what happens.
Yeah, they took a stock bike last week and started adding parts to it, and tried to took it down to 0 and started testing again.
Hey, Chase got smoked, and he came out and said it was great. I mean, he was very positive after getting worked. I mean, this is a guy who went 1-1 on his KTM and then trashed a bike and said he couldn't even ride it. So it's a big turnaround, going and getting worked and then being like, no, I felt better. We're getting better. Like, it sounds like things are, the rock bottom usually leads to some changes. So maybe they're both changing.
Is there any way, Kellen, that if Lewis does 230s on it, they find some things and it leads them in a direction that they need to go?
No, man.
Okay. All right.
I'd stick with Chiz. Okay. Lewis can't help there, probably.
Probably. Seat Concepts and Zool's. Seat Concepts, the factory beta team. Zacho, Benny Bloss, Oldenburg, using Seat Concepts. They really made their name in the touring world, and they make complete seats and covers and foams whatever you need, they'll dial you in. They still sell a ton of covers by themselves. Pulp 26 to save with Seat Concepts. Check them out. Thank you to those guys for coming on board. I've got one on my YZ450. Works great. And Zool's Bagco, 30% off. Pulp 26, 30% is no joke. That's the code to save at zoolsbagco.com, Z-U-L-Z Bagco. There's special Pulp merch as well, Pulp branded Zool's bags. Go to pulpmx.com under the shop tab and go there, and there's instructions on how to order that. So they put Pulp on one of their Zool's bags. They got you backpacks, roller travel bags, gear bags, and more. The official sponsor of Phoenix Racing, the Zool's guys are. And they're also proud to help out Kennard and Osborne and Pastrana and more. ZoolsBagco.com. Daytona SMX is back this weekend. I'll let you two dorks hash it out here, but like, who's the favorites? What's going to happen? Aiden Kiefer's making his SMX Futures debut finally. But what you two talk it over, because I don't know, man.
Kellen, you want to go?
Is that kid hurt? Is the Manier kid hurt still?
Nah, I believe he posted on Instagram. He's racing.
Okay.
Kellen, what you got? What you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Manier should win this again. I think that Landon Gordon should be better than he has been. So I think it's kind of clear cut, but then I feel like those guys have been getting bad starts at these races too and allowing other guys to get in the mix that we haven't really been talking that much about. So maybe that happens here again, but it seems pretty clear cut the Star Boys are still 1-2 punch.
I'm going to agree with that, and I'll throw in 3 other names that I would say fairly deserve to be recognized. One would be Vincent Way. Again, Steve, you and I are on the same page. Like, Vincent, we got to stop crashing, dude. It's just like, that kid is so good, and whenever he stops doing that, man, is he good, but he crashes a lot. Deacon Deno on the Triumph is really good too. I expect him to be in the fight. And then Jessen Turner. He was 4th at the last one. He's a club guy. It's Jessen, Steve, not Justin. Jessen Turner.
Is it like Colonel Jessup from Too Many Men?
Nope. It's just Jessen Turner. And I will say, too, throw a little history for you. Last year, this is pretty cool. Jessen Turner was not an invite to Daytona, and he was bummed about it. So he pivoted over to motocross, started riding outdoor. And then the week before the race, he got the call, hey, we got you into Daytona. Wow. He switches over to Supercross suspension and he goes out and makes his debut, and he was on the podium that night. So a year ago, Jessen got his very first podium at his very first SMX Next race in Daytona. And I believe he's a lot more prepared than he was a year ago. The field's, I think, a little tougher, but at the same time, he's going to be a threat. He's really good on these types of conditions. So Deno, Way, Turner, to me, are the 3 that would challenge Gordon and Manier. At least on paper, those are the 5 I would say is the easiest to predict. I
will also add Cade Johnson to that list because I feel like he's been slowly getting better as the last 2 or 3 years have gone on, and this Team Green Ride seems to have propelled him a little bit up from that level that he was at. And he was running 3rd at Anaheim when he crashed late, right? So he's there. Like, he's not that far behind those guys.
He is there too. And then also Carson Wood is making his debut this season. He'll be good too because he's pure speed. He has it. He's like a lot like Vincent Way. They have a hard time closing. And then Wyatt Thurman is another one that's just quietly been in there right outside the top 5. That's very close to popping off too. So that's at least the way it feels going in. And Landon Gibson too. If he's back though, I'm not 100% sure he's back because he did get hurt. Phil, remember Phil was talking. He's the one that hit the tough blocks that got dragged out right in front of him in qualifying. So I'm not sure if he's back yet or not.
He actually DM'd me and said, do you have a video of my crash? I heard there's one floating around. And I was like, no.
He asked me for it too. He heard the Phil video
okay,
and then didn't know if he wanted to see it. And I never saw one. So I think it was just Philip's eyes that saw that.
What Phil video?
No, the video of Gibson hitting the tough blocks. I'm saying Phil's eyes are the only thing that saw that. I don't think there's a video.
Phil talked about it? Okay.
Yeah, on Pulp when I was in studio with you.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gibson's got to get going, right? Soon? Like, are we underwhelmed or is he on the track here? Again, I don't follow this stuff, but
yeah, Anaheim was rough. And then Houston, he again was in qualifying and landed on a tough block that got dragged out in front of him in a rhythm section. And that was not his fault. But as far as the timeline goes, Kellen will back me on this because he knows he's paid attention to this stuff. Gibson's one of my guys. He's one of my OB kids. It's time. It's past time. And I say that with love, but come on, Let's go, Landon.
Let's go. Triumph, boy, rough night for Triumph PR guy. They've been missing the races. They've been showing up without a rider. Austin Faulkner's been hurt. Jordan's been hurt. They come back this weekend, East Coast, Jalek Swoll. Jordan's back. Faulkner will be a few more weeks. Jordan looks really good in the whoops. I think he had the fastest segment time in the whoops in the main event out of everybody. But he crashes 3 or 4 times in the main event. He's 2 laps down. Swoll goes down at the end of the whoops there, DNFs. I don't know. Like, look, it's Jordan. You got to give Jordan some slack here, and we are. But this has been rough. This has been a year of rough Triumph results?
No. I'm going to make this sting a little worse. Last summer, I don't remember which round it was. It might have been a moto, but I think it was an overall. It was for sure moto, but there was 4 Triumphs in the top 10 in a moto. It might have been Washougal. For some reason, my brain thinks Washougal.
No, because Jalek crashed out there. So
okay, it wasn't there then, but there was one where I believe there was 4 of them in the top 10, I think in a moto and maybe even an overall. And I'm looking at that going, wow, Triumph. Wow. I mean, you're 40% of the top 10 in a 250 national. Like, that is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there comes Harrop's not going into Supercross, probably the right move. Jordan and Austin are now 450 guys instead of being 250 Supercross guys that could be on the podium winning races. Jordan won a race last year. So let's move these 2 guys off the bike that they could compete with, be on screen, going after heat race wins, going after podiums. Let's put them on a brand new bike and debut it irrelevance outside of the top 10. The only attention they've gotten out of anybody, you, me, anyone, is the crashing. And to me, it's like, what is going on with the decision-making? I really don't know. If I knew, I would be more sympathetic. But why did you take 2 guys that could be on the podium winning heat races in 250s, put them in a class where they're irrelevant, and now it's Jalek Swoll all by himself out there to like rep the 250 brand? Like, I'm just wondering, roster management, like, what was all these decisions about? And you know more than I do about their hunt for a 450 guy was going on in the offseason. And so you just come up short and say, all right, let's just move 250 podium heat race winner dudes off the bike, put them in the 450 where they're irrelevant and never on screen other than when they crash. I don't
Somebody
get it.
I don't get it either. Somebody I talked to deep in Triumph told me that it's the UK was like, we need to put a guy in a 450. We have to sell 450s. That's what we got to do. So Jordan's hurt. Oops, move Faulkner up. We got to get that 450. It's brand new. We got to have somebody racing it. But I'm with you. Is somebody racing it and doing what they're doing better than the 2? No, it's not. I mean, Jordan. Again, we're going to give Jordan some time. It's one race. So, but I'm with you, DB. Like, hey man, I'd rather be on TV and running top 5s and whatever podiums than literally no one seeing them on a 450 in that class.
And then the proof is Jalek Swoll in his heat race. What did he get? Second or third in his heat race? That's exactly what you're wanting to do. There's still a new brand. I mean, I know they're not brand new, but they're still new. They're still repping and showing their growth. And I mean, you have a really good roster of 250 guys, but yet they're in the 450 class and it's not working. And now you have one 250 guy when 6 months ago, I believe there was 4 of you guys in the top 10 in an outdoor. That's just like, it's a confusing. But if you're telling me that this is coming down from the company side and saying we have to do this and this is
that's what I was told.
If that's it and those are the only options that you have, then man, that's a tough place to be in as far as managing a roster when you're being told you have to do something that really isn't the right thing, in my opinion. So.
And look, they made runs at different guys. They just got shut down. I don't know if the salary wasn't there, the new bike awareness wasn't there. They did make some runs, but they're in a slump. There's no doubt they're in a slump right now. Jalek was really like thought of as, and again, it's one race, so we'll calm down. But Jalek was thought of as a race winner / podium guy, and he can be there, good starter and all of that. But
confusing.
Man, it's bleak over there for the UK guys
with good staff
definitely.
too. They have good staff, so it's not like it's like they got good people over there. So I just maybe some transparency. Let us all know like why this all happened. I'd love to know because I feel like I don't want to poke at it, but at the same time, the results it's a rough look for a brand that was killing it last summer.
Mm-hmm. Putting you both on the spot here. I didn't run this through our group chat. Who's the 250 rider? And I asked the idiots on Monday night this question. Who's the 250 rider that kind of impressed you? Like you didn't have much thought of, you didn't really parse out their results, and then they come out and they did something. I've got one in mind, but I'll let you two guys weigh in first. Kellen, who's the guy that caught your eye that you're like, oh yeah, that guy, and oh yeah, he's riding well?
I don't feel like this should be a surprise, but given how tumultuous his career has been for like the last 4 years at this point, Kyle Peters getting a top 10 was a pretty big, like, all right, to me. Because I didn't really notice him much during the day, and then he just kind of sneakily rode really great by the end of the night. So to me, that's the standout.
All right, DB?
That is a good one. For me, I watch him every day, so I wasn't surprised because that dude's a racer, and he just knows what he's so smart, man. He's such a smart racer. But little backstory on that, just to be transparent from the club side. That was always my deal with you guys, right? Be open and honest. Kyle is somewhat our backup rider in case we have an issue on the team. Rides at club full time. He was out here on his World Supercross Kawi forever. We talked about him possibly being a backup just in case. We've been very strong. No injuries on our team. We've been really good. When Yoder actually had his issue right before Anaheim, Kyle was kind of in the wings waiting to maybe take that spot, but Yoder was fine. And a couple weeks before the season started, Kyle went out and bought a Yamaha. He's got a club engine. I believe he's got his own suspension. Maybe he's switched over. He may have switched over to our suspension. I'm not sure. But he pitted out of the back of the club truck too. So he's a full-blown privateer with his dad down on the gate, doing his own thing, but under kind of the umbrella of club and under the eye, and kind of in the position that if we had a spot open up, he was going to be the guy that would jump in there and go race Supercross for us. So I'm not surprised to see him get a 10th because the dude is such a good racer. But again, I watch him every day. So if I hadn't been watching him every day, I'd be like, no way. But Kellen, I kind of knew this was coming because he's been getting after it for the last few months. But
I mean, look, I agree, and I mentioned this in my column, and I mentioned this on my shows. But yes, Thrasher probably beats him. Dudney may beat him, but a 10th is a 10th. There's no doubt. I'll go with another club guy that was on the board in qualifying, and it was kind of a surprise. And he was going to pull off after a crash in the main event, he told me, but he kept going. Cullen Park. Cullen is 600 pounds.
Not a club guy, though.
Oh, he's not a club. Oh, no. That's right. He's dog pound.
He's dog pound. He came here and tested his race bike maybe once or twice, but no, he's dog pound.
Right. Sorry. Cullen was on the board in qualifying, and he was up there in the main. He crashed. He said his bars were all bent. He was going to pull in. He saw there was 3 laps left, so he pulled it in for a top 10 finish. But more than anything, I don't know if the Phoenix Honda's on par with factory bikes. Sorry, not sorry. And then he's a big dude. Sorry, not sorry. And he was on the board in qualifying. And he looks like Cullen Park looks like he found some speed. Him and Shock were always about the same, consistent privateer dudes. Shock got a bike and a team and stepped it up. And maybe Cullen has done the same. So good job, Cullen
You
Park.
are right. I think he's always been a pretty durable, solid racer, but he had more speed than he's ever had. That's the first time I've ever been like, whoa, pure speed, he has it. And like you said, unfortunate break there at the end for him, but I think he'll be good this year. And then for me, it's Drew Adams, and you were really high on him last week, Steve, and I was thinking there was more of a project still there. Maybe we needed a little bit more growth with him because he's only done a few of these things, but he was actually really, really good, even though he wasn't on screen much. I was watching lap times. He seemed to be around our guys a lot, so I was kind of keeping tabs. And I would say that he would be the one person that was just a little better than I thought was going to be. And not dramatically. I never thought he was going to be bad. I thought he'd be okay, and he was actually pretty dang good.
This would be Kellen's race tech rant. We heard that Drew was a little banged up and couldn't race West. And I got that directly from, close people to Drew. And then this weekend he's like, yeah, man, I broke my scapula. You're like, wait, what? Your shoulder blade? Yeah, I broke my shoulder blade. Same day Joe crashed. Okay, cool, man. That's a little more than banged up. But that's Kellen's race tech rant.
Yeah, that was, I was like, oh, all right, that makes sense. But also he did say that it only kept him off the bike 3 weeks or something like that. So
it's still a lot.
It is a lot, but given when,
if
the Joe story is true, given when Joe got hurt, he still would have been on the bike for almost a month before West.
Yeah.
So I think that's why.
Yeah, it's just funny how the sport works for sure. Drew's really fun kid. When you don't have a microphone around him, he's really funny.
Yeah, he's goofy.
Really got a good personality. He does turn on a little professionalism when the mic is on, and he's a little more straight laced. But when you turn the mic off, man, he's really funny kid, really good guy. All right, before we get to the bullshit fantasy stuff, Daniel wants to tell you about ASV levers because our guy Bob is hooking it up.
I sure do. The KTM Junior Supercross has chosen ASV, Steve. They just keep expanding, man. KTM Junior Supercross chose ASV.
They swept the podium then in that class. They swept the podium.
1 through 15. They're the official lever for the mini cycle stadium race program with ASV equipped KTM E5s. They've also partnered with the KTM Orange Brigade Elite Amateur Program, EBR and Altus Yamaha Amateur Race Programs, as well as Cobra Elite Factory Amateur Race Program. ASV's Amateur Rider program is open all year, and you can apply through hookit.com, mxsponsor.com, and directly through the ASV site. Use the code PulpMX in all caps for 20% if you do go to the site. But, they have a great amateur program. I mean, probably one of the best ones out there. So go to Hookit, MX Sponsor, and get set up with ASV. They crush it there, and they have a great support program. So shout out to Bob. And, get on those E5, Steve. Domination.
If you are with Phil and I bitching about the 2026 Yamaha hydraulic clutches, Bob sent me a -1 +2 lever and then a +2 -1 lever. And so one of them is less aggressive, and that's the one I like. There's one that's more aggressive, one that's less aggressive ratio than stock. Tell Bob to send you the Matthes lever. Try that on your 2026 Yamaha. It gives it a little bit more feel. So thank you to ASV Levers. Also, Namira, Stomp Grip, Maxxis, Firepower, Zool Seat Concepts, Troy Lee Designs. Thank you to Troy Lee. I'm waiting for my helmet. I should have it any day now. And TroyLeeDesigns.com. Email us using the contact form on Pulp to get a discount from Troy Lee. Race Tech as well. Tell me, listen to Pulp. Suspension work, motor work, racetech.com. Service centers all across America, including in Southern California where Callan lives, and in South Carolina where Daniel lives, and North Carolina where Daniel works, and Las Vegas where I live. Racetech.com. All right. Fantasy time.
Club's in South Carolina, by the way. So
okay. Wait. You live in North South Carolina too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Phil, you got Race Tech Service Centers in North Carolina where Phil lives.
Yeah. Sorry to be that guy, but we're in South Carolina.
I knew you lived in South Carolina.
Club is right across the border. I actually have to drive into North Carolina and then back into South Carolina to get to Club.
Okay.
So,
and is there any update on if there's a new fastest man in Piedmont? Has anybody moved there recently to take this
Nobody dares challenge that, man. They know better. They know.
Okay. So fantasy, as I mentioned off the top, the fraud has succeeded. It's taken him 2 years on this show, but he has succeeded in giving me crappy guys to pick. And now Daniel's winning up. Daniel's up by 10. He took the lead last week on a disaster for me, and then now he's widened it this week. I had Hammaker. I said first. He got fourth. Thrasher did me in. Nate, come on, man. I said third. He got 11th. Justin Cooper, I was one off, 4th to 5th. But Daniel Blair went Drew Adams, 7th to 6th, +1. Davies, you said second. He got 5th. Probably would have won. 3 off. And then Hunter Lawrence, you said third. And, of course, he won 2 off. So you were +6 on the week. I was +12. And you are 10 up. And the fraud is bullshit.
MC93. That's my new nickname, Steve.
You are coming on here. Yep. Yeah, we got to stop this train. All right. TLD, Race Tech, Blair Matthes Project. Kellen, please, man, now that he's got the lead, can you take your reign of terror away?
Well, I think you're going to like your picks this week, Steve, because it's rather simple. Your first pick, Eli Tomac.
First.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Kellen. Love Kellen. Always been there for Kellen.
We're going with the Daytona winners theme here in the 450s.
I like gamers. I like video games and Kellen.
All right. No. So your second pick in the 450 class, Christian Craig.
There was a year Craig was on Geico, dude, flying. He was way off the start, and then I want to say he came to 5th, 4th. I don't know if somebody's got the vault open, but dude, he was rolling one year. And then afterwards, I told him that, and he was like, "You're the only guy that's told me that," because no one paid attention. No one paid attention, right? Because he was like 15th to 8th or 15th to 5th or something. Anywho,
he went beast mode on everybody.
I'm just glad that I didn't bury myself like you guys agree.
Hey, whenever you see Christian out there and Dylan's right behind him, do you ever get just a hair on the back of your neck stand up a little bit?
Dylan took him out this year.
He did a couple weeks ago. He took him out. Houston, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so Craig's coming off his best race of the year, according to him. He got a 9th, right?
Yeah.
He got a 9th? Yeah.
He's low key. He's super good outdoor guy too. Like you wouldn't. He's so good Supercross, but it's like he's actually really good at outdoor.
I'm gonna go 11th. Sorry.
I was trying to bait you in a little closer to the front.
I know you were. I know what you were doing.
All right, and then your two.
This isn't.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, this isn't. I'm not producer Joe, dude. I can't be fooled.
I don't even know what that means, but thanks for the shout out. He'll love it.
All right, and then your 250 pick, Devin Simonson.
That's my guy.
That's your guy.
Pulp athlete.
Hey, did you guys see the Instagram today?
No.
Devin took Max out practicing yesterday, and it's on Instagram.
It.
Took them both.
Good job.
Took them both out. Took them both out.
Good job, Devin.
There's gonna be some fights this weekend in the pit.
No,
take out the alpha guy down there, and to be the alpha.
Hey, just watch our episode of Built Not Bought this week. We had Hunter Yoder and Ryder Malinowski mic'd up during all of it. We had no idea it was coming, but just enjoy. That's all I got to say.
Devin was really good, but him and Cody were horrific in the whoops. I don't know what was happening.
How's Chad feel about that?
We're gonna have a good weekend. We're pumped. Hey, we're locked in. Great week. Devin took Max out. We're good to go. Yeah, go watch our Instagram video though. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The only guy that was worse than a whoops was Gavin Towers. Gavin Towers is going to have nightmares of those things. Okay, all right. Who Devin Simons is my guy? I like Devin. Oh, by the way, what's our deal for the sticker? I forgot.
You owe him $1,000 unless he performs his way past it. It's $500 for every top 5. So he needs 3 top 5s to make any more than what he's getting flat rate.
Yeah, it's top 5s, not top 10s. Got it. Right. Okay. Devin, Daytona. DD. 9th.
Okay. All right. Devin Simonson, 9th. I like it. All right. Over to DB. As I said, Daytona winners. The reigning Daytona champ, Ken Roczen.
That's such a not fair comparison, Eli and Kenny, as our first pick.
But you gamed the system last week and picked Hunter 3rd so that you could do, well, if he gets 5th or if he gets 1st, I only lose the 2 points. So I'm giving you an option here because Steve just gave Eli 1. If he has a bad race, it's Jover.
You're right. 3.
All right, 3rd for Kenny. All right, your second 450 pick.
I'm glad. Hey, I thought the fraud was going to give us an SMX guy, so thank God for that.
Dude, that class is loose, man. We'd both be screwed, probably.
All right, your second pick, Justin Hill.
Oh, love it. Love it.
What are you doing?
Love Kellen. Gamer. Love it. Dude, 5th to 18th. Go ahead, Daniel. He's been better though lately.
By the way, didn't I say Dudney would be like 4th to 14th and he got 13th? But he was 4th in times.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I was dead on that, Steve. Justin Hill, that is at Daytona.
Love it. Love this pick. Yep.
I mean, I'm not even 100% sure he's going to try. That's the issue. Like,
no, he's trying. His ribs are better.
Daytona though, like,
yeah, but dude, he can like make little doubles out of the little tiny dorky
don't
breaking
try
bumps.
To walk me into a
he's really
finish.
He's Pastrana-ish with his creativity.
Don't try that on me. I'm not Marks.
Okay.
14.
All right, 14.
Wow.
And then your 250 pick, Cullen Park.
You just took the biggest dump on Justin Hill. 14th.
I know. Sorry, Justin.
He's going to Tampa 2018 you.
No, he's not. He's putting out music videos this week. That's when I know he's distracted. Colin. Crap, he could be good, but let's go 9.
All right.
Simonson. I said Simonson 9, sir.
All right, man. That's tough though, Kellen. Hey, Kellen's just trying to shake the tag as the fraud because that is a non-fraudulent run of picks there for you, Steve.
Can I change my Simonson pick?
I don't know. This is the DV has to approve.
Depends on what you change it to.
I want to go 10th.
Why? Because Park's going to get 9th?
Yep.
All right. Well, DB's okay with it.
All right, I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide.
I want to go 10th. I just thought of something in my brain. The hamster was wide open, and I just thought of something.
Okay, remember this though, because if this bites you, it's your fault. Don't blame others.
Well, I won't pay Simonson. It's his fault. And by the way, I'm not giving him a dime until he sends this super fan dude a jersey that he's been promising for 2 years.
Fair.
He says he's going to do it. First, he said, "Hey, this is such a kid." I said, "Dude, I'm not giving you money until you send this guy a jersey." I sent it. I said, "Well, he didn't get it, man." I sent it, and then it went from that to, "Yeah, I'll send it." So did you send it? Do you have a tracking number? No.
Well, as his representation, this has to be approved by me, and due to the fact that I like the fans so much. So I will back you on this, Devin. You have to send a jersey, or you don't get a dime, buddy.
Thank you. I told him the same thing.
Okay.
So, so we got to get this done. All right, and then yes. More whoop practice this week, please, for your guys. Thank you.
Okay, we're ready for Daytona.
Okay. Use the codes to save. Email us using the contact form to save at Troy Lee Designs, Race Tech Town Pulp, Pulp 26 at Zools and Seat Concepts. We got Pulp all caps, Pulp MX all caps on ASV levers. We got Pulp 26 on Stomp Grip. Got Maxis Firepower on board with us. And yeah, man, thank you for listening and watching the Blair Matthes project. Been a fun week, been a fun show. Daniel, Kellen, thanks, boys.